email. Did y'all get the email?
I did, yes.
Okay, great. So tonight, I really wanted to talk to us about preparing for fourth quarter because it is September 29th. It's 93 days left in this year. And you might as well say today is gone. So 92, and we have one more day left in this month, full work day left in this month. So fourth quarter, and just being 30 days into the end of our sprint. We're starting on sprint 7. I just want to make sure that you guys have your annual planning prepared for fourth quarter. I remember last year we were able to do Lux Planning Weekend, which was great, but it was after the year started. So using some of those strategies that we did in Lux Planning in these last 3 sprints is really, really important. Like identifying the core things that you want to work on for your annual plan and knowing we're in our final 30 days of our 100-day sprint. And I'm proud of us. 70 days down. I mean, most people don't make it 70 days doing anything. But 70 days down is definitely something to brag about. So I kind of want to ask, I know everybody knows how to work on their sprint list now. We don't need to kind of go over that. But I want to encourage you. Have you put any of your fourth quarter planning on your calendar? Hey Leslie, hey Florence.
No.
We're talking a little bit about our last 30 days in this first 100-day sprint that we've done together as a family. And we were also talking about the fact that we should also be, as we're going into fourth quarter, like start really doing our annual planning for the year. Leslie, I see an extra eye in your camera.
That's my niece. We're in the airport coming back from Jamaica.
Okay, I just saw I'm like, listen, I know I'm sleeping, but when you start seeing additional body parts, it was a lot. And Christina hung up on me.
You gonna stop telling people that, and I'm gonna
And,
tell you kicked me out.
and- hey, Florence. So how's the new center going? Got work to do?
I do. Yes, but I got some. Okay, so my sprint was not good this time because I was in the.
Don't
No,
blame me.
listen. I should have. What I should have done is made my boot camp week. That should have been my list. But
Okay.
after I had to get on point about that, it was when I realized I should have moved the week around. Honestly, because I started doing stuff as we were going.
I
Like
can see that.
so then I was like, I don't even want to get on this call tonight because I don't want to hear Brandy tell me like, no, not this week or whatever. But I had to switch. I should have switched it up. That's what I really should have done.
Yeah, it's okay. I would just add the things that you did do that will help your percentage
Mm-hmm.
and just move those things that you didn't do. But y'all know I feel like I just don't change it. It's the last day in sprint 7, So you can finish a few things with
I
tomorrow.
did. I did
Yeah.
today. I did
Good.
today.
Well, I have a confession. My sprint 7 list, it was like not it I don't think it was a complete list because y'all know how I normally the bullet points. No. I was like bam, bam, bam. And then I went back to like the list that I sent my directors and I was like, oh, I could have put this on my list because I did delegate it. But because I was doing boot camp, I didn't have an aggressive list because I literally taught almost 8 days straight. And that was a lot. And I gained weight doing that boot camp. So me and the boot camp, I got a bone to pick with the boot camp. I was teaching and eating, eating and teaching, teaching and eating. Mm-mm. No ma'am, no ma'am. But going into sprint 8 in our last 30 days, I do want you guys to put on your sprint to plan your annual plan weekend, right? So this is fourth quarter. At the beginning of every single quarter, I stop and I have like a planning day. So today I planned with two of my directors, and tomorrow I plan with another two directors, because we broke our centers up in the regions. So we have the East region, and then we have the South region. I ain't got nobody in the West, so oh well. But because we have regions, because the other, like, it's too far for us, we did a half day planning where we planned out their grandparents' day, their open house, what they were going to do for Christmas. We sat down and planned out all the additional dates and what they actually wanted to do, like today. So I do think everybody needs to make sure you have at least a half a day for the quarter, but that you put in a few days for your 2026 annual planning. And so I'm just requesting that everybody put on their calendar that they're going to select the dates. That's not hard, right? Can everybody commit to that? Not Thanksgiving week. Select the dates. But do not do a Thanksgiving week if you can help it. Thanksgiving week will be like one of our bye weeks. It'll be a rest and recovery week. And I do want to make sure that you give yourself time to rest and recover, right? So this weekend was a rest and recovery week for me. I really spent it at home. I ain't rest and recover, but I didn't do any center work or CMA work. But you do need that time to rest and recover. So we're just going to select the dates for our annual planning. I selected the first weekend in December. I'm going to, Maddie turns 18 on December 6th. I won't be here for her birthday, but I'm going to Belize with my mastermind group. And so our trip ends on Saturday. Like, we don't have anything on Sunday. So I'm staying that Sunday to like have just for myself. Because I'm sure some of the things we're going to talk about, I want to synthesize and break down. And then we also have like some planning days with our team. So I like to plan for myself first, and then I like to plan with my team. And for my team, it's like the weekend of December 15th, where we can go through our calendars and everything for 2026. So you don't have to do it, but at least set the dates and set your intention. All right. Hey, Georgie, and how are you? We're going to go around and just recap this sprint since it's the last day. We're just going to be on for about 30 minutes today. I just want to recap the last sprint and to make sure that we're on track for your next list. So Florence, since you're stable, I'm going to go to you, then Shavonda, then Leslie, then Christina, and then Georgie Ann.
Okay, you're gonna go to me first. It's just, you want me to say what I just said, which was I didn't do the percentage because I had the list, but I was in the boot camp and I started like making little bullets, like list for the boot camp to get things done. And then I knew we had our staff meeting about the boot camp on Sunday, so that's where most of it
everything else. So
yeah.
I would just say, see what you can tidy up tonight, and then just move the rest of it to the next sprint.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. Shavonda, Leslie, do you need to go next? Because I know you're in the airport. Are you good?
Can I go last? I'm about to go through the security checkpoint right now. They fixing to check me.
Okay. Tell them don't touch you. All right, Shavonda, you can go next.
Oh, that was right on time. In full transparency, my mind has been somewhere else, so I got about 20% done. And right when I was about to pick it up, that's why I was excited for this call. I got an email to take my attention somewhere else for the next 3 weeks. So I'm gonna try my best, but I will finish my list before December is up.
Okay. And 3 weeks is a long time. So if someone's gonna derail us for 3 weeks, I may have to call you after the meeting. I want to know what that is. It must be important.
Yeah, it's teacher drama.
Okay.
It's a teacher leaving, and she plotted a max exodus, but my soul is telling me don't break these HIPAA laws and tell all these parents that she's pregnant. So say a prayer for me because they think she's just leaving. So,
Okay.
and this is her second child, and the first one is 1 year old. So it's not like they would even believe me. But I digress.
Yeah, Coach Nat is good on that communication flow. Um, but and that's why I always tell parents, or I try to advocate that you are contracting with the Imagine Me, Elite, Ivy. You're not contracting with a teacher. So I know a lot of y'all, and I don't know, I'm not saying you do, Shavonda, but I know a lot of people give like their teachers a lot of power to be the dominant voice. No, no, boo. My
No.
director isn't me gonna be the dominant voice because you can leave anytime that you want to. But I'm sure your parents love and trust you, and y'all will handle it amicably. But just make sure she don't have a way to send a lot of messages out and all that kind of stuff. When people give their 2 weeks notice, we have somebody else put all their stuff in the app. Cause no, you're not gonna.
Well, she gave her 2 week notice, and because I know the power that she thinks she holds, she was only here for 2 more days, and then I was in her room shadowing with her to make sure that didn't happen. And that's only because her one classroom has 25 kids, and this is also 70% of my referrals. So that's
Gotcha.
why I say 3 weeks, because I'm gonna have to rub a few backs and kiss a few babies.
I was rubbing backs and kissing babies today. Yeah, I totally understand. Totally understand. Okay. Christina.
You ready for me already?
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, third sprint in a row has been semi non-existent. I did jump on. I agree with Florence. I should have used the boot camp as my sprint. But in all fairness, I never actually established Sprint 7's task
Okay.
because of everything that was going on. So I kind of piecemeal. And Friday and Saturday, I was able to work on a couple of things here or there. So I did get a few things done, but the most important thing is I have 2 new center managers and I have 2 new teachers. So to me, that's 100% of my tasks done. And now Sprint 8's task start with
So you're
training.
100% by default.
Yeah.
You okay? Now they was breaking the system. Now she's like, I ain't happy to things since I did them. That is cheating.
It's not. But I actually do already have my first admin meeting scheduled to be at the end of our staff retreat. And so that'll be a part of my task list. So my task list this quarter, one of the things I have learned is when I create something new, I have like a master list. I need to only put it on my master list and not the list that I'm working in. So then that way I don't overload myself or forget
Okay.
something. Kind of like, you know how like an idea comes in your head. We talked about this in like the very first week. The idea comes in your head, and instead of you continuing on what you're working on, you jump to that thing that you needed to do or that came in your head, and then you've lost traction. And so doing that. So that's one of the things I will say I did gain from this sprint. Because I have been all over the place again.
Yeah, but that's good. I would just say, just to be fair to you and others, go ahead and make sure that you put down what you actually accomplished, even if it wasn't on your sprint, so you can at least track where your time went. Because you guys may be pleasantly surprised that, oh, I maybe didn't have everything on my list, but I did work. That makes sense?
Yeah, I try to do that when I remember what I've already done.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
Yeah, so just do
I will do that.
a little brain dumping. I think that'll be good. I only have 14 things on my sprint. Well, actually 16 because of the boot camp. And even for conference week. Even though we end October 29th, for those of you who want to start the next sprint cycle with me, we'll be in a sprint cycle doing conference. Trust me. I'm not gonna have like hundreds of things on my list that week. All right. All right, Georgie Ann, how did your sprint go? What'd you get done?
Hey y'all. I did about 30% of what was on the list, but I'm realizing after you just said like adding things that you got done that weren't directly on the list is gonna be important. So definitely I'm gonna do that next time around because I did a lot of stuff. I updated our capability statement. I went to like an event and got over like 40 business cards of potential people we could work with. So I'm moving along and progressing, but I need to organize it a little bit better.
Okay, and that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I would just go through, and since you kind of started like in the middle of the process with us, one of the things it takes about 3 sprints to actually figure out what can you do in a sprint. That was one of the things Christina would tell us in the beginning. Like, I thought I was going to be able to do this, but you can't do all of that at one time. And so don't feel bad about that. Okay. So I just encourage you to go back through and see, okay, what actually did I get done? And then move from there.
Yeah, and I think just one more thing to add is that like what I thought was a priority was a nice to have. So I think that's the shift that I'm going to be making in the next one, where it's like these are the priorities. The things that you put on the list for the sprints were nice to have, but the priorities did get done. So I'm going to shift it and say, okay, like what absolutely is going to move the needle versus like what's going to be like the sprinkles at the end.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So this time, one of the strategies you can use is like my non-negotiables at the top, and then my nice to-dos. And you know how some tasks just don't take a lot of brain power? Like, and so you can do them when you're tired. You know, those are the things I pick up when I'm tired. Or like this weekend, I didn't want to use my brain, but I wanted to be active. I washed 10 loads of clothes. I cooked every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I stayed at home all weekend except for church and went on a date with Suge to eat. And so for me, it was a weekend where I was doing more domestic things. And I feel like in every sprint, I need a day to reset my home, right? And so whatever I need to do in my home, I put in there. But that's a nice to do. But my non-negotiables, payroll, shoot, that's a freaking non-negotiable, right? Following up with my payments and things like that, those things are non-negotiable. So you can like prioritize. And like I use a calendar. Let me go to one of my sprints. This is in the group. I don't know if you have access to it. So I use a spreadsheet like this, and it just says like what it is, and it goes through, and I can mark things complete, not complete. So every sprint, I'm like one sprint we were getting this one school open, and that was like my priority. Everything I need to do for that one school. And so I have it color coded, but you could add a tab that says like priority, and you could add more. So this is the way that I have to organize mine.
Thank you. You said that's in the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a blank one in the group. It's like a template.
Okay, I'll leverage that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, and last but not least, Leslie, are they finished touching you? Are you through security? Okay, we're gonna give her a second. So our job for tonight, we're gonna take our remaining minutes. You can do it on your own. We won't stay on to do this. And I want you to tidy up your list for sprint 7. And I want you to make your list for sprint 8, right? So just take some time doing that. You can post it in the group. But on everybody's sprint, please put in there some time for your fourth quarter planning and some time for your annual planning that you chose the date. You don't have to do it in this sprint, but you actually chose the date. So, guys, welcome to sprint 8. I'm glad that you were able to join us. I'm going to open up for questions, and then if we don't have anything, I'm going to let you guys enjoy your Monday night. All right. If there's any way to I can support you, please let me know. Some of our interactions in the group, they're kind of getting lower and lower. So make sure you're posting your progress. We want to help you celebrate all of the things. And many of you I will see in November. But Georgia, I hope to meet you soon. I hope to meet everyone, whether they're in our childcare part of the world or just in our entrepreneur part of the world. So y'all have a great night.
Have a good night, everybody. And yes, definitely.
Good night.
What city are you in?
I'm in New York. Are you going to be here anytime?
We may be there towards December. My girls want to come for our girls trip. We normally do a Christmas trip, but I'm going to Dubai and they're not going. So they say that that's where they want to go. So it won't be for the ball drop. We were there last year for the ball drop. We didn't see no ball or no drop.
I watch it on TV. As a person that's living in New York the majority of my life, I watch it on TV.
Yeah. I almost went to jail for touching the police car. It was too much. It was just way too much.
I hear you.
I saw Leslie hop in and then it looks like she hopped out. Let me see if she wants to do her update. Hey, Leslie, are you on?
I am. I had lost signal there for me.
I figured we were just at the end, but we want to hear your update.
So I'm not sure what my percentage is because I left this on Friday. I haven't been to center since Thursday. There were 6 things left on the list of 34 that had been completed that I won't know if they're completed until I get back on more. But 6 out of 34 that are not complete, if they're not completed, is good.
Yeah, I think that's a good percentage saying that we were in boot camp last week. So I think that's really good. The only assignment I gave them, besides doing their sprint 8 list and checking with their team, I gave them the assignment to put in a date for their 4th quarter planning and then put in dates in their calendar for their annual planning. So if you
I say that one more time.
I gave everybody to add a task to their sprint 8 list, and that was to put a date on your calendar for your 4th quarter planning and for your annual planning. Not that it has to be during the sprint, but that you choose the dates.
I've got a date for my annual planning, and so I just gotta have a 4th plan.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, get back home safely.
Okay.
Y'all work on your sprint 8 list. Let's talk a little bit more in the group. And happy last 92 days of the year. Tomorrow is we got 92 days to crush it, and we got